Hello everyone, and it's the season for a man in red to go around and spreading cheer and goodwill to all men. That's right, it's time for Ys. Sorry for the delay, but I have been quite busy with certain things. But we will finally be moving this thing forward again, because I will not drop an Ys playthrough. And everyone's asleep, so we're gonna have to go it alone for a little while. Just like old times. We're just gonna leave Karna to that. So, we can't get out through any of the doors, so we're going to use the time-honored tradition of sneaking out at night through a window. Anyway, this video is really just going to be mostly town. Which is fine, because the last video was all dungeon. Hey, who dat? Well, if Adol sees a mysterious girl, he's gotta follow her. That's how plot happens. Well, this is looking familiar. I guess they worship this guy around here.
One day, I intend for mankind to take to the skies. Just like this, on wings of their own creation.
Oh, Eldiel? Oh, there's a name. I guess we're going to be finding out what his role is in this version of Ys 4. However, this place is new. Eldiel didn't really have a study in previous versions of Ys 4. And he seems to become some kind of inventor. And he seems to be Leonardo da Vinci. Oh yeah, latitude and longitude. Those had to be, created too. And Adol would know everything about ruin rating. In fact, the only thing that Adol doesn't really rate are tombs. There are other professionals for that sort of thing. Oh, so he's the one who's been chucking the gliders around. We're gonna need some context for that.
One day, I intend for mankind to take to the skies. Just like this, on wings of their own creation. However, now is not yet that time. The doors must be opened in the proper order.
Hey, Eldiel, what are the haps in this version? Okay, so Eldiel has a much different role in this version of Ys 4 than in pretty much any other. This is the only version where he's even slightly friendly to us.
Lisa.
Whereas in most of the other versions, he's an antagonist for the entire game. As you saw in Mask of the Sun, he was actually the final boss there. And he was still a major antagonist in Dawn of Ys.
Now.
Come again? You've already invented them. Just, run that by me one more time. Okay. Oh, you're a Vorlon this time. Okay, in previous versions, Eldiel was a recluse, but he was never actually manipulating events behind the scenes at any point in his life. In Dawn of Ys, he was a bit closer to being more like a hermit, and in Mask of the Sun, he was more or less a prisoner. But this is the first version of him that has really worked beyond his borders before the game starts, so to speak. Yep, Punic Wars, we know all about that. Yes, we must. Yeah, Roman occupation, not great. We saw a piece of that in Ark of Nepishtim. Okay, we'll just take your word for it. But if you want to know more, play Ys 7 if you really must.
Are you unable to sleep? I'm so happy you're alive, Adol.
Okay, so who are you? You must be... Lilia! You must be Lisa.
My!
Of course I remember you, I played the previous games. So, Lisa here is very obviously based off of her Dawn of Ys design. However, this game actually gives her quite a bit more to do than the previous versions of Ys 4. Tell me. Oh, he planned to have Adol invent something. Well, we're getting some answers, but not all of them. That's okay. That seems a bit counterproductive. But let's follow that thread. Yeah, having God around is a bit of a secret. Oh! Our problem is that we lost too many memories. That's actually kind of different, because whenever there's an intentional amnesia plot, whoever is involved wants the hero to forget everything, but the problem being you forgot too much is kinda new. Yeah? What's up?
Good night.
No! No! You don't get to run away like that. It's always something. It's never nothing. Yeah, this is a little bit to take in. Ozma, you're not gonna last long around at all if you're trying to stay in the realm of the plausible. Yep, he's asking our questions, which is why I like Ozma. If you forget coming here, how would you remember what Eldiel taught you? Or whatever your name is. Hey, some people don't grow up, they just grow old. Yeah, a real beacon of maturity there, Kalilica. It's the 1% of invention. The other 99% is perspiration. Doran asks the other question. This isn't World of Darkness, you know. Okay. So Eldiel invents things, finds someone suitable to quote-unquote discover it, and then releases them back into the wild. Indubitably. Yeah, Karna knows that it's always something. Okay, now we get the town tour. Oh, this sounds familiar. She's not kidding. We're going to see what that lightning is capable of when we get up there. But yeah, in Mask of the Sun, the north exit of Highland led to Stormvale, which is where Eldiel lived in that version of the game. So anyway, Eldiel now has an actual role in the setting, which now brings him in line with the other Eldeen we've encountered, like Fina and Rhea and Alma from Ark of Nepishtim, and Genos from Oath and Felghana. So now we need to go through the regular rigmarole of buying the equipment. And we barely have enough to pick up everything we need for the next segment. I guess that's one of the things about Ys games. Yeah, that's the thing about Ys games, is that they generally try to have something to spend money on at all times, even after you've bought or found the best equipment. However, in the case of this game, there's some stuff that you may want to do that you should really hold off on until you have your best equipment in the game, which is, like, fully exploring the upgrade system. Goodbye, Flame Sword. Because you can't really explore that much before the end, because it costs a good bit of money to get into. And if you get into it before you have your final sets, then you won't have money to buy up the equipment that you need to keep up to date. And that's kind of unfortunate. I think there should have been some more spare cash sloshing around. Either that, or they expect me to sell off a bunch of materials and I didn't but I need those. Or, more accurately, because I think I might need those later. Yeah, this shop is also where you find stuff. So everyone has gotten equipped. And now we can start poking around. Yeah, well, he's an adventurer. He'll live. Well, for a while, anyway. That's certainly a question. Okay, like with every other place we've been to, we won't be able to do anything with that quest board until we've dealt with our current story problem. So in this version of the game, Highland is much more of a location. Because in Mask of the Sun, Lisa was really the only important or really worthwhile character here. Philemon is also responsible for a thing he calls personas. Oh boy, they're really leaning into the barbarian Karna thing, aren't they? So what are machines, Durin? Thank you, Durin. Thank you a lot. Hey, don't blame Durin for being swole. Because you're the comic relief. Oh, okay. Yeah, when he said that, I'm trying to think of where else we may have seen windmills in the East series, and I was drawing a blank. Oh, okay. I think I'll pass on that. Okay, we can't really do anything with Philemon's workshop now, but this place is going to become extremely important to me later. So, no memories here. Hello and welcome to Corneria. Yeah, one of the things I love about Suikoden 1 is the fact that one of the 108 stars you can recruit in that game is a guy to stand in front of your castle and be there just to say, "This is blank castle." Oh, okay. Well, see you later, Mrs. Weaver. Let's see what's in here. It's great to see that you're not rotting under the ground. Well, there are a whole lot of books, too, it looks like. Okay. Oh, so, he does need a little bit of help from the rest of us. I have a feeling we're going to have to test that whole omnipotence thing at some point. We usually do. Oh, it's... Oh yeah, it's great that Uldiel isn't a Greek god. Yeah, we've seen a few. Yeah, whatever the case, the Eldeen settled in this part of the world after the destruction of the Atlas continent in all of the previous versions of this game. But their actual relationship to the locals tended to differ depending. We're gonna find out what it was eventually. That is to say, the most recent official version. Oh yeah, there are a lot of places you need to go and talk to people before you're allowed to move the plot forward. Okay, this is just the animal barn, and hey, there's a gold pickard. So, as for what I've been doing, I've been busy with some work and holiday stuff, and those aren't necessarily unrelated. Not because I work in retail, but because I work for something else that has quite a bit to do before the holidays. Plus, in between, I also picked up playing Bayonetta, and I've got problems with that game. So, what do you do, Dario? Oh, this is the guy who made our gravestone. Don't worry about it. Adol's luck is never that great. So I'm sure one gravestone isn't going to swing it one way or the other. I'll never forgive you. On your knees, peasant! No, that's not what an Adol would do. Besides, we're only here to mess with Durin. Oh. Yeah, 'cause obviously there isn't a body in there. Oh! There might be a clue in there. I love it. I love it when the party is able to do that sort of thing. They're able to draw these conclusions. So, my problems with Bayonetta. I think Bayonetta overall is not only weaker than some of the games that came after it, like Metal Gear Revengeance, but also weaker than some games that came before it, like God Hand. Because the combat in Bayonetta is great, that's not a problem. The problem is all the other stuff they had to layer right on it, like the instant death quick-time events. Oh. So that's how you do things around here. So, do you guys have, like, a caste system or something? Plus, you know, I also think he might like a say about this. It's a church. Those are usually important. Yeah, why not? We can always use more Lisa. First, we're just going to explore. Oh, hey, this is a classroom. And we can't go there. A whole lot. Down, Karna. Kalilika, you are not Lisa's publicist. Maturity, Durin. Think about it. Yeah, you know, do as thou wilt. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what they tell us. Okay. Okay, so you're Eldiel's spokesperson. Oh, alright. That's actually kind of important because in Mask of the Sun, Lisa is also the person who brought Adal to Celceta. She's the one who sent the message across the sea to Asteria where Adal was staying and called him to this part of the world. Huh. Of course, in Mask of the Sun, Adal couldn't actually read Celceta, and so he had to get Luda to translate for him. let's move on. Okay, let's do the thing. How does that even follow, sir? So yeah, it's not just the instant death quick times that I have a problem with in Bayonetta. It's like the instant death attacks that come in the middle of really lengthy boss fights, especially Jubileus. So if they'd left well enough along with the really good combat, it would have been a great game. But as it is, I think it's somewhat skippable. Like, play Revengeance instead, or if you're really attached to what Bayonetta does, Transformers Devastation, I think, did it better. And here we are in Lisa's house. I think you asked the wrong question, Durin. Let's never talk of it again. Anyway, at this point I had completely forgot about who I was missing to complete the tour. So, we're gonna pick this up next time. We will be saving up, and next time we will be completing the towning. I will be seeing you then. So, goodbye, folks.